Making a video up on my K10 build so far of when I got it till now. Here it is when I brought it home. Bad tires and it wouldn't run. We had to pull it on the trailer. And then first thing I did was get some different rubber on it so we can move it around. Then I started working on the no start issue and a coolant leak I found. So the coolant leak was just a bad frost plug, which I replaced. And the no running issue was just needed a tune up and a better carburetor. So I got it all running, did a few cruises, got it out and about. It was going half decent. I did get a set of 35s for it, so the boggers wouldn't be so hard on it and I wouldn't have to wear them out. So here are some pics of me just driving around with it. And right around this picture, my third gear in my standard tranny was popping out. I had to hold it all the time in third gear. So I did find a used transmission to put in it, but then once I got everything out, it was just a mess. The flywheel was finished, the clutch was finished. It was just a utter mess, and the 350 was leaking oil. And you know what, I figured it was time to do a swap. I had a 6-liter from another truck that I used to race that I no longer race, so it was sitting there just not doing anything. So I decided to yard the 350 out and clean up that engine bay, and then get on the LS swap with the 6-liter. And here it is out of my mud racer. It's a little bit muddy, but it otherwise pretty good. It didn't have very many miles on it. And NV4500 with a 208. And this is the truck waiting to get swapped, and it's ready to go. Got the 6-liter cleaned up and in its new home sitting in there. This is the flywheel pressure plate, ARP bolts for the new setup. This is the setup on the back of the engine, all bolted in there, waiting for the bell housing cover. Bell housing on there, fit perfectly, everything good. And then the MV waiting to go in, and it was not hard to get it in either. It fit like it was meant to be, perfect. And it made it easier that I had a removable floor pan. And the 208 tcase, I cleaned it all up, resealed it, and I stuck it on the back of the NV4500, and it's sitting in the back of it now. I also removed the old box. It was rusted out, and I wanted to work on the fuel system to put an in-tank pump, so that made it a little bit easier. Here it is. I'm starting to put brackets on, run wiring. I ran a clutch, the slave cylinder. Here the intake's on, a little bit more wiring done. And kind of the final rad hoses, cold air intake, and everything else. And then in the cluster, I did put a service engine light in it too, for key on. This is the fuel tank, finishing it all up. And then I did have a spare box that I ended up running on it, just to kind of have a little bit rust-free truck. New headers on there, they fit like a dream. This is me modifying the floor pan. I had to cut a bit to make the shifters all work. Both shifters all work correctly now, and the floor bolts down nice. This is the maiden voyage after I got it running and everything functioning correctly. And here's the underhood, and it all works correctly. Goes down the road, runs like a mint beaut. And here is me on the project, done deal, and cruising around. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe.